Welcome back. I'm the Watch King. On this video, we are going to talk about silver, specifically 925 silver. This is the silver you'll find in jewelry and in watches. This is the first part of the series. The second part of the series is why is sterling silver no longer used in watches. We'll get into that in the next episode, but on this episode, we have to talk about what is sterling silver. So without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Jumping right into it, we have tons of options here. I keep pulling up more and more silver here. But let's just jump into what is sterling silver, right? That's why you're here. That's why you're watching this video. So sterling silver means 92.5% of whatever object it is. It could be this bracelet here. It could be this chrome hearts necklace or these ones. It could be this Tiffany necklace, right? Could be anything you can imagine, anything metal. As long as 92.5% of that object, of that metal, is silver, 92.5, then it is sterling. The other 7.5% could be anything. So a lot of people have a misunderstanding. They think it just could be copper. Absolutely not. Most commonly, it's copper, just because it strengthens the metal in general, and it's just a great metal to work with. But it could be aluminum. It could be anything you can imagine. It could be zinc, whatever it is. It can be anything. So once we get that covered out of the way, what are some examples of sterling? What is real sterling? What is it? So let's go into it. This is what we have on the table. All these coins here in the middle, these are my favorite coins, especially the Canadian, to collect. These are all pre-1919. So right after the war, 1920, they stopped making sterling silver coins. These are all sterling silver coins, as you can see here from Canada up top. So they have a quarter, a bunch of actual 5-cent silvers. They didn't make nickels back then. And 10-cent dimes, silver dimes from Canada. We also have an Australian 6-pence, and then everything also in England before 1919 is also sterling silver. So it's a lot of it's found commonly in coins. If you're living here in the U.S., such as myself, the 90% silver is actually less pure than the Canadian and European, like the British and Australian, anything of the European, what they've conquered, right? These were actually purer than the U.S. coins, and you can buy them for less of a premium. But that's a whole nother video. So these are considered 90%, all U.S. coins. But these are all considered silver, and I'm going to explain why, and it's sort of misleading. When we come here too, this is a very late coin made just for not circulation. This is made for, it's a Canadian dollar for commemorative. So as you can see, Stanley Cup, this was made in 93, and it says SS, meaning sterling silver. So sometimes coins like commemorative ones or whatever the case may be will actually be stamped sterling, SS, sterling silver, or 925. You'll commonly see like on this piece of jewelry, right? So this piece of jewelry is 925. And as you can see, it's silver, and then there's like some gold plating going on there in the middle. It's mimicking a Jubilee bracelet right there. You also find it with some, these are old mine-cut diamonds. This is also sterling, and it is just very, very old. Back in the day, sometimes silver, depending on what time in history, cost more than gold just because of availability. So as you can see, there are precious stones like sapphires, emeralds, everything of the sort actually set in these. So as you can see right there. Continuing on, you have Native American jewelry. This one's actually stamped there in the back. They use 925 in most of their pieces too. They also can use gold, as I'm just talking about silver itself. So let's go on to the big brands here, right? Chrome Hearts. This is probably the most famous expensive sterling silver. What makes it expensive? No, just the craftsmanship in general. This one's sterling stamped there, and as you can see here on the clasp, it is C, standing for that one's their copyright infringement, but on this side it is 925. It's stamped. So as you can see here, it's heavy, it's bulky. and it tarnishes, and that's something that Chrome actually likes about sterling, and they use it to their advantage. Most companies don't like the tarnish, but Chrome itself embraces it and actually likes it. All of their stuff is handmade here in America too, so there's value there, right? So continuing on with the other Chrome here, most people would look at this and be like, "Oh my gosh, it's a sterling silver piece." Doesn't really look like the first one I picked up, but maybe it was just taken care of better and it didn't oxidize, whatever the case may be, right? Well, let's look a little closer, right? We can look in the back. It says 925, right? And it has their thing, but it's not as crisp as the clasp over here, right? It's not as crisp, as you can see that it's not written as well, nothing like that, and there's no other stamping on it. If we come to the clasp, as we can see here, it says 2001 925 on the clasp, okay. And then there's the Chrome Heart stuff. So if you're somebody who doesn't buy silver all the time and you wanted a piece, and let's say you're on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp if you're here in the States, or wherever, those online, maybe even eBay, right? And you don't really buy a ton of this stuff, you might think that, hey, maybe it's not Chrome because it's a good deal, but maybe it's a copy in sterling silver. And this was marketed as sterling silver where I purchased it. And I knew it wasn't because of the price. It was just an insane price. But I wanted to order it in just to show everybody. Be very careful, right? Something can be stamped sterling. It can look like this one particularly, you can tell is kind of fake. It's not the greatest, whatever the case may be. But sometimes they'll add stainless steel into a silver piece, and they'll have silver inside, so they can really trick you. Not just on Chrome. This happens in general, right? This type of stuff. So just be careful of scams. Wherever there's money to be made, there are scammers, right? But I could tell right away, as soon as I saw this in person, you can just see that it's not silver. And even if it was silver, this is something I would either A, melt, or just B, never sell it, right? Because I don't sell fakes here in my business, or I don't market fakes, right? So I highly don't suggest you buy this stuff. It's just piece of crap in general, right? Buy something real. Doesn't have to say Chrome Hearts, but you could get something real for very affordable, especially in sterling. So another piece here. This is the second piece here. It's also stamped 925 2001 right there. So just be very careful when buying anything. That includes coins, right? You can get coins and they can be totally fake, fraudulent. I bought all my coins from a coin dealer. He owns a shop here for 60 or 70 years, something like that. So I buy all of my stuff from that guy. He gives me a great deal. Also, what I said before too, there's weird, before ending it, there's weird compositions here. This one is a 1919, so theoretically as a British territory, they should be, or actually Britain conquered them, they were emperors at the time, so it should be a sterling silver. It's not. It's 91.7%. Maybe, I think back in the day, the Britain kind of looked down on India as one of their, they didn't really, I don't know what it was, but that was just something in history that they did. So maybe they made it less pure because it was India. I don't know. Let me know why you think these are less pure than all the others. Canadian dollars too, right? We talked about how that's sterling silver. Canadian dollars, this one is 59. This one's a commemorative. Last thing to do. This is 80% and this is 50%. So just be very careful when buying stuff. I can market these as silver legally, 100%. I would not be in trouble, right? And I could just not tell you the percentage and sell it to you either as sterling or 80%, for instance, this Canadian dollar. Just be very careful, know what you're buying. Do a little research, right? Especially if you're going to spend some money. This stuff isn't crazy expensive, the coins, but for instance, the Chrome, right? You order Chrome and this comes, you're out hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, right? So just be very careful. I always do my due diligence. For instance, I'm not an expert in Chrome, but I went to a few guys and I got this I did not buy from the same people. As you can see, I bought the other one. I just did that as an example. This is a genuine piece being sold by me. So yeah, just be aware of everything. There are tons of fakes. For every fake, especially of chrome or whatever the case may be. Even let's take a look at Tiffany's here. This is a genuine Tiffany, and it's stamped 925 sterling on the little tag here. But as you can see, you can easily fake these 925 stamps, try to pass them off as either luxury brands or just silver in general. And it could be a big market out there. So just be very careful. They fake everything nowadays. I want to thank you all for watching. Let me know if this was helpful, and stick around for the second video, because we will be talking about why is jewelry, jewelry still in sterling, but why is watches not made in silver anymore, especially sterling? So stick around for that, and we'll talk about watches in the next video. Thank you, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a great day.